In a world where image may seem to be everything, can someone like Mike Tyson ever realistically hope to change his? Once the undisputed champion, but always, it seems, caught up in controversy, surrounded by trouble and often dark headlines. Whatever his achievements, he has also compiled a long list of misdeeds. But now Tyson insists he is a changed man, and he's out to change his reputation, too. Talk about an uphill fight. Harold Dow caught up with Mike Tyson, searching for the road back. Prepare yourself to be hit with some surprises.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Mike Tyson.
With Mike Tyson, you never know what you're going to get.
23-pound weight advantage.
There's Iron Mike, the legendary champion who captivated the world with his crushing, thunderous, first-round knockout punch.
First punch he threw.
There's the out-of-control bad guy who can't escape his violent tendencies.
Now here's the bite. You can see it. You can see it.
There's the lonely, misunderstood young man.
Look, just relax, Michael. Relax. Just relax.
Who still wears the emotional scars of his childhood. And now there's the humble and mature father who says he wants nothing more than to repair his tarnished image.
He's so silly.
The hardest task for any man to ever do is to clean up a soiled reputation or something, of a dirty past. That's almost impossible.
Did you ever think you'd have a home like this?
Yeah.
Today, at his palatial Las Vegas estate, with the circular fountain and wall-high murals of history's boxing legends.
All the great. Rocky Marciano, the great Rock. Muhammad Ali, the greatest.
Tyson wonders about his own legacy.
How do you want history to remember Mike Tyson?
So Mike can kick some ass. That's what I say about these guys. Oh, they can kick some ass.
But he worries about what kind of role model he is for his 4 young children.
I wanted to be people of dignity. I wanted to have respect. And I always showed them the right thing to do. And I would tell him, Daddy's a monster on television sometimes, but that's not who he is at home.
It may surprise you that this world-class athlete who dropped out of school in the 9th grade has become an avid reader.
Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature. Helen Keller, The Open Door, 1957.
The first time I met Mike Tyson was in 1985.
Where I come from, you don't tease somebody unless you're ready to fight.
He was barely 18 years old. Even then, he was consumed with boxing history, watching old fight films and memorizing the moves of the great fighters.
Can't stop that guy. Got so much energy.
Tyson lands a left hook, and the champion is down.
By the time he was 20, he was the youngest heavyweight champion of the world and a multi-millionaire. Overnight, the poor boy from the mean streets of Brooklyn had it all. But it was too much, too soon for the young man with the iron fists and the troubled past.
One day I'm in this drug house with a gun on people, and the next thing you know, heavyweight champion of the world!
Abandoned at 10 years old and committing felonies by 11,
I got a pretty ugly life, pretty black and ugly.
Tyson was arrested and sent to this boys' home in upstate New York, where he discovered boxing and soon caught the attention of legendary boxing trainer Cus D'Amato.
You can let that punch go with the worst kind of intention.
He said, why do you want to fight? And I said, I want to be someone special.
But D'Amato died in 1985, a year before Tyson won the heavyweight title. And without D'Amato's moral support, Tyson's life began to spin out of control.
Come on! Come on!
He was a man consumed by rage in the ring and out of it. There was the disastrous marriage to actress Robin Givens. She claimed Tyson abused her.
It's been pure hell.
She later retracted her statements. He crashed his car into a tree. News reports said it was an attempted suicide. And then Tyson was convicted of raping a beauty contestant and was sent to prison for 3 years.
I like to raise hell. It's going to get me in trouble or killed one day, but that's just who I am.
After After prison, Tyson married pediatrician Monica Turner, and his friends hoped she would set him on the right track. They each had one child, and they went on to have 2 more together. But it wasn't long until Tyson's troubles started again.
Round 2, very bad for Tyson.
In a 1997 fight in Las Vegas against world champion Evander Holyfield, Tyson stunned the world when he literally chewed off the tip of his opponent's ear.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, fellas.
It was the lowest point in Tyson's professional career, and he said it was time to walk away from boxing forever. But the pull was too great.
It's showtime!
And 19 months after he retired, Tyson returned to the ring. Without even facing the top contenders, Tyson's popularity soared. Bert Sugar is the editor of Fight magazine.
His appeal now is almost a perverse appeal. It's a train wreck appeal. What will he do now? There's a curiosity about him, a morbid curiosity.
I guess I entertain him because I come across as the quintessential bizarre, wild, out-of-control nigga.
Tyson, who turns 35 in June, earned $48 million last year and continues to be the highest-paid boxer alive.
It's not really about money. You know, everybody in the world thinks it's about money, but it's all about being happy before you die.
He says he now needs to take a deep look inside himself and figure out what he wants to do with his life. Can Mike Tyson really change? Stay tuned for some big surprises.
What are you doing?
While I'm meditating, young man.
Next on 48 Hours.
Inhale the positivity, exhale the negativity.
You've made me stop. What are you doing?
While I'm meditating, young man.
Mike Tyson has been busy re-examining his life outside the ring.
Inhale the positivity, exhale the negativity.
Making movies.
Some love, man.
Eating at his favorite barbecue joint.
I'm only a monster on television.
And hanging out with his next-door neighbor, entertainer Wayne Newton.
His good neighbor?
Yeah, he's a bomb. The best neighbor.
He is the kind of neighbor I think that everybody wishes they had. He's not a busybody, and I wouldn't have any problem going over borrowing a cup of sugar.
But Tyson isn't ready to throw away the boxing gloves. In fact, he has an upcoming fight in early June.
They got bling bling on there?
After taking time to reflect on his life, Tyson decided to keep fighting until he dropped, and dreams of taking back the heavyweight title.
We got a brand new heavyweight champion.
I mean, it's the only fight that really matters in the world.
A year ago, a still angry Mike Tyson threatened to tear out the reigning champ, Lennox Lewis's heart, and eat his children.
I'm the most ruthless champion there's ever been, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
But today, the engaging Mike Tyson says he respects Lewis.
I was extremely sorry.
Yeah.
And I won't say that anymore about eating his children.
Tyson claims his outrageous outbursts were all for show, and he told us he especially regrets this particular moment.
I apologize, and I was sorry for what I did to Mr. Holyfield.
But he has admitted to mood swings and says he sometimes takes medication.
It's the earth, brother Mike. Yes, brother.
This time around, Tyson says he will enter the ring with a mean right hook and a mellow soul. The real reason for change, as Tyson will tell you, is to convince his children he is not the monster they see on television, but is really the loving father they see at home.
That's what my children love me. That's all I want is love from them. And if they don't love me, then I totally failed completely as a human being, I feel.
Tyson told us it was a particular incident that made him want to change his life. The day his 10-year-old daughter, Gina, was afraid to tell him she was being teased at school.
He probably thought I would go up there and go crazy and beat the hell out of the little kid or something, which I wouldn't. You know, look at the baby.
He loves those children. He talks about them all the time.
His assistant trainer, Jay Bright, has known Mike since they were kids.
You're off balance like that.
He's eliminated a lot of the distractions in his life. He's eliminated those so he can focus on what's important in his life, his family, his career.
Tyson now lives apart from his wife, pediatrician Monica Turner, and their 4 children who live in Maryland.
I love her for the fact that she has my kids, but sometimes I realize people just don't get along.
He says he's working hard to keep his shaky 8-year marriage together, visiting at every chance and staying involved.
And your kids are good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well behaved?
They take after their mother.
Yeah.
The world will most likely remember Mike Tyson as the self-proclaimed baddest man on the planet. But if he can pull it off, he may be able to convince us he's a lot more than that.
Sounds like a new Mike Tyson.
It's a rocky road, man. It's a rocky road.
Next.